students, so once again today we begin with the next part of the chapter. Today we'll be studying in detail about the atomic spectrum. In the previous class also we have studied what do we mean by spectrum. That is the splitting up of different lines according to different, or the arrangement of different lines according to the different wavelengths or the frequencies that we have already done. Now we'll proceed further with the atomic spectrum. Now when any substance or any solid, when it is heated to incandescence. Now what is incandescence? Incandescence means what? That is heating of a substance to such an extent that it produces light. So incandescence, I am writing down the word on the board. I don't have much space. Incandescence means heating of a particular substance to such an extent that it produces light. That is called as the incandescence. So this is the word incandescence. When any substance or any solid that has been heated to incandescence, it produces certain light radiations, and when those light radiations are being made to pass through a prism, it splits those light radiations according to different wavelengths or different frequencies. Okay, now same thing, instead of passing through a prism, we can also pass it through the grating. Now what is a grating? A grating is an optical instrument, and the role of a grating is same as that of a prism. That is, the prism splits up the light radiations according to the different wavelengths of the frequencies. Grating also does the same thing. It is an optical instrument that we use for all these purposes. So look here, here I have shown that is sun. The light radiations of sun that we are making it to pass through the prism, and those light radiations, they split up in different into different colors according to different wavelengths or different frequencies. And what are those different colors? That is violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. What does it mean? That light was already having these colors, and prism has just separated them out, has dispersed them out. But the light already had these colors which were not visible to us when we were simply seeing them. But when it has been passed through the prism, this has got split up into different colors which we can see. That is this process or this phenomenon where the light radiations get split up into different colors when it has been passed through a prism or a grating. We call this phenomenon as a dispersion. And if we take any solid substance, when we want to see this, we have to heat it to such an extent that at least some light that has been produced in that, and that heating we call that as incandescence. Okay. Now, for the sake of simplicity, the scientists, they took elemental hydrogen, that is, they took hydrogen gas for seeing this whole process in a better way. So what they did, now this is whenever we want to study the spectrum, we use an instrument that is a spectrometer or the spectrograph over here. So here this is a schematic diagram of a spectrometer. I have already drawn all these diagrams so that when I am explaining, I am not taking much time to draw. Otherwise the video will be very lengthy. So hydrogen has got only one electron, and the spectrum that has been formed by hydrogen is very simple. It's easy to study, and that's why in the beginning hydrogen was taken into this discharge tube. That is, hydrogen was taken into the discharge tube, and it was kept at a very low pressure. This was made to pass through the grating. Now as I told you, grating, the role of the grating is same as that of a prism, and this is the lens which was adjusted so the light radiations passes through this lens. Then it falls on the photomultiplier. Now what is the role of the photomultiplier? Suppose if any signals are very weak, any light radiations are very weak, so this photomultiplier helps in identification of very weak signals, very weak light radiations that is been that comes in contact with over here. Then next, it has been attached to an amplifier. Now what is an amplifier? The word itself, amplifier, means what? It amplifies the voltage or the current. So when these light radiations, they are passing through the amplifier, they get the proper voltage, proper current, and this then passes to the recorder, and with the help of the recorder, all the various radiations, they have been recorded on a photographic plate or on a paper or an electronic device, anything, either an electronic device or a paper or a photographic plate, all the radiation that has been recorded over here. And it was observed that various lines are been obtained into the various regions when they have seen the when they have done the study with hydrogen into the spectrometer. So those various radiations, they were obtained in various regions, that is various lines were obtained. Now what were those lines? The lines were obtained in three regions, that is the UV region, that is ultraviolet region, visible region and your infrared region. Okay, now if the lines are present, that is the lines which are present in the UV region, that is the ultraviolet region, various color bands lines were present. Now the series of bands, series of lines, that is called as the Lyman series. Then over here, there is a series of bands into the visible region, that is called as the Balmer series. Then series of lines over here into this, that is a from here to here, that is from these series of lines, that is from Paschen to Pfund. You are having, see, these are the different series of lines, that is the Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett series and Pfund series. Now if the lines are present into the UV region, the lines corresponds to the Lyman series. Into the visible region, the lines are the series of the lines, that is called as the Balmer series. Then here Paschen series, Brackett series and Pfund series, all these lines are present into the infrared region. Now all these lines, that is the different lines, different group of lines, they are forming the series. Like one group of lines into the UV region called as the Lyman series, group of lines into the visible region, Balmer series, group of lines into the infrared region, they are called as the Paschen series, Brackett series and the Pfund series. Now all these will be studying in detail once we study about the Bohr's model of an atom. For the time being, you just remember, suppose if an electron is present into this Lyman series, that means it corresponds to 1. Now, okay, so I hope this has been clear to you people. That is how these different lines are obtained in different regions. Okay, so when the distinct lines are being observed, whenever you study a spectrum and in the spectrum of a particular element or any atom or a substance which may be in the gaseous state, if distinct lines are observed, then such a spectrum, we call this as a emission spectrum. I am rubbing this particular part so that I can explain in a better way. I hope this is clear to you, so I am rubbing this also. So when in any spectrum, if distinct lines are present, then such a type of spectrum, we call this as emission spectrum. Or it is also called as the line spectrum. Why line spectrum? Because distinct lines are present. When distinct lines are present in a spectrum, we call that as emission spectrum, or it is also called as the line spectrum. There are other types of spectrum also, continuous spectrum, but we don't have that in the syllabus. We need to study only two types of spectrum. There is a emission spectrum and the next one is the absorption spectrum. Absorption spectrum. Okay. So, when distinct lines are present, that is called as a line spectrum or emission spectrum. But when there are dark bands that has been observed into a spectrum, instead of getting a distinct lines of dark bands that has been observed, then we call that as an absorption spectrum. Now, when do we get an absorption spectrum? Now, suppose if you take elemental sodium, or you take sodium in the vapor state and you heat that sodium and you make it to pass the rays which have been obtained, you make it to pass through the prism. You will be getting distinct lines in the yellow region at corresponding to two different wavelengths, that is at 5890 angstrom, 5890 angstrom and 5896 angstrom. That is obtained in the yellow region. That is when the light has got split up into different colors, so it is obtained into the yellow region. So at two different wavelengths, that is at two different distinct lines will be of, that is emission spectrum you will be getting. If you are heating elemental sodium, you will be getting an emission spectrum, and two distinct lines will be obtained at 5890 angstrom and 5896 angstrom. The one which is obtained at 5890 we call it as D1 line, and the one which is obtained at 5896 we call this as D2. So this corresponds to, this is called as the emission spectrum, this corresponds to the emission spectrum. But on the contrary to this, suppose if you heat, as I have shown you in this diagram over here, suppose if you are heating, elemental sodium has been heated and it has been made to pass through, that is after heating those rays, that has been made to pass through a solution of sodium chloride. Okay, so this sodium chloride also contains some sodium, some rays will be absorbed by this solution of sodium chloride, and then the remaining rays will be made to pass through this prism, and we'll find that because of absorption of certain rays into this solution over here, that is sodium chloride, dark bands will be produced at 5890 angstrom and 5896 angstrom. Now these dark bands, there is this type of spectrum where the dark bands are being formed, that is called as the absorption spectrum. And these dark bands are present at the same place. It corresponds to the same place, the same wavelengths where it was observed in case of the emission spectrum. But it is to be noted that it's a difference between the emission spectrum and the absorption spectrum is that in emission spectrum you get distinct lines at two wavelengths. But in case of absorption spectrum, you get there is dark bands, because the light gets absorbed at those corresponding wavelengths, the light gets absorbed. So you will be getting over here dark bands because of absorption of light at 5890 angstrom and 5896. So the wavelengths are the same, but in this case distinct lines are observed, and here you will find there is dark bands, that is darkness will be there at these two places. Now we come back to this hydrogen, that is when the spectrum of hydrogen was studied, that is we found different lines, different series of lines, and those series of lines we call them as a Lyman series, Balmer series, Paschen series, Brackett series, Pfund series, where all these series of lines they are present in different regions. That is Lyman is present, Lyman series is there in the ultraviolet region, Balmer series is present in the visible region, then Paschen, Brackett and Pfund, these are present into the infrared region, although we'll come to this in detail later on. Now just imagine, suppose if an electron is present into this Lyman series and if it jumps to the higher energy level, obviously it will be giving out some radiations, so it will be going to the higher series, that is a Balmer series. So look here, it was in, that is 1885. So the scientist, that is in 1885, that is Balmer, he studied about the 1885. Balmer, he studied, and then he said that the wave number of hydrogen, that is V bar in centimeter, can be found out by this formula, that is 109677 upon 1 upon 2 square minus 1 upon n square. Now here 109667, that is a constant, 109677, that is a constant, and 2 square, that means the electron of hydrogen somewhere was present into this, that is Balmer series according to him, and n square, that means it can be after this, that is n square can be 4, 5, 6, 7, but there had certain defects, and later on it was Rydberg who found out that the wave number of hydrogen can be found out by this formula, that is V bar is equals to 109677 1 upon n1 square minus 1 upon n2 square. Now n1 means what? n1 and n2 both are the integers. Excuse me students, let me rub it off. n1 and n2, these are the integers. And these values depend on where an electron is present and where an electron is jumping. An electron may be present into that is Balmer series, where the value of N1 will be 2. And if it goes to higher energy level, then it will be going to either Paschen series, bracket series or P-Fund series, and accordingly its value is going to change. So here N1 and N2 are integers 109667, 109667, that is also a constant, and we call this as a Rydberg's constant. Alright, and N2 is always greater than 1. N2 will always be greater than N2 will always be greater than N1. So look here, suppose if we say that this was discarded, we are not using it, but this formula is very, very important. See that you learn this formula, later on we'll be solving the numericals based on this formula. Now look here, suppose if an electron is present in Lyman series, so N1's value, that is N1, will be 1, and if it from this Lyman series it is going to the Balmer series, so N2's value will be what? 2. So this will be what? 1 by 1 square minus 1 by 2 square. Or it can also happen that an electron is present into the Lyman series, so N1 value will be 1, and if it goes to the third energy level, that is it goes to the series that is the Paschen series, so N2's value will be what? 3. So we'll be writing down over here V bar is equals to, or wave number is equals to 109677, 1 upon 1 square because it is in the Lyman series, minus 1 upon N2 will be what? 3. That is 1 by 3 square if it is in the Paschen series. I hope it's clear, or you want me to write down. Suppose if an electron is present in Lyman series, just once again, Lyman series, if an electron is present in the Lyman series, it can be for hydrogen, and the same is applicable for other atoms also. So N1 will be what? N1 will be 1. We have to substitute into this formula. It is going to this series, that is Paschen series. So if it is going to Paschen series, then N2 value will be what? 3 over here. Now whenever an element it goes from lower energy to higher energy level, okay, it remains over there for some time, and again it has to come back. Now that remains, that is it remains to around about 10 raised to minus 8 seconds. So that's a very less time, and again it has to come down. So when it comes down, some radiations will be given off. So here if it is moving from, so here we will be substituting the values, and we can find out the value of V bar, that is we can find out the value of your wave number. Now you will ask me, why do we study these atomic spectrum? Now from the study of the atomic spectrum, now these atomic spectrum, these are the characteristic of every atom. So if you want to study more in detail about the atom of any element, obviously from this information given by the atomic spectrum of various elements, we can get a vast lot of information. At the same time, sometimes in estimation also, and that is when you have been given a particular sample. Suppose somebody gives you a particular sample, it may contain certain elements mixed together, certain substances, certain elements may be mixed together, and you want to find out what does it contain. So if you subject that is if you heat that given sample and the radiations obtained, if that has been passed through a prism, you will be getting different light radiations corresponding to different wavelength. And every atom, every element, atom of every element, it has got a particular, it will give a particular spectrum. So from the spectrum observed, you can estimate, you can find out, you can identify. So it is used for identification and estimation of various elements in a particular sample. Like rubidium and cesium, they were found out from the atomic spectra. Clear? So in this way, in order to study more in detail about various elements, this atomic spectra was like we study atomic spectra, and moreover we get a lot of information about the atom from the atomic spectra. So I hope it's clear. And one more thing, that is this series, that is all this Balmer series will continue in our next video. Thank you, students.